For anyone out there who didn't know that men do this, they fake illnesses. They fake illnesses. Not only do they not take care of themselves, they literally fake illnesses. I really, my ex faked a back injury that is probably the only reason why I stayed with him. So I want to dig into just how common this is. Using maybe extreme case or not, but watch out, okay? Every time I talk about this, my comments are full of women who are like, yeah, I didn't realize he faked cancer. He faked like crazy things, y'all. Not just like, oh, I'm sick today. I'm talking like years-long illnesses faked to get you to stay so he could stay forever a king baby. Before I get into this story and make my commentary on it, please join my Patreon. This is out of tune, sorry. I am going on vacation today to see my American family, and I'm meeting them in Greece because my sister's married to a Greek man, and they conveniently are very close, and it's a cheap flight, and it costs a third of what it would cost for me to go back to the US to see them, and we're gonna hang out in this beautiful place. So go to my Patreon. I'm gonna be sharing lots of stuff over there around like travel and personal stories and blah, 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 blah. Plus I got 2 big lives coming up in July and August. One with the author of Uncultured, a best-selling book, amazing, and another one in August with one of the lawyers who took Larry Nassar down. You know, the man who traumatized hundreds of Olympic gymnasts. Well, not all of them are Olympic gymnasts, but they're all, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. So go follow, even if you can't afford to, just so you can keep up with me. Anyway, because you probably won't see my stuff. My stuff is just not making it to the algorithm, and you will actually see my stuff over because you'll get notifications. Anyway, join Patreon. I saw this on the Bird app. I need something to point with. Anthony has all these random instruments. So we're pointing with this today. My recorder is in my suitcase. I'm bringing it on vacation, I know. I also brought the King Baby doll and the People Pleaser doll. So I'm nuts, I know. Anyway, my husband skipped his back surgery and now I want a divorce. Oh, so before I frame this as, oh my God, look at men, oh my God. I also want to show this is good. Not what he's doing, but that women are waking up to this and realizing we're not falling for this stuff as much. So as much as this is like a horrifying story, I also hope that you see that this is a really hopeful story, because this is the kind of energy we need now, is women just being like, they're all packers until proven otherwise. So just because I don't want, it sounds like I'm very negative all the time, but this is actually like there's beauty and self-respect and change in this story because she wants a divorce. So anyway, let's get into it. So for the context, my husband 41 and I 40 have both had back injuries. I went to PT, physical therapy, I guess, for my several injuries and got better. I worked my body back from pregnancies. Oh my God, you're a mom too? That already counts as like major trauma. And one of my mutual, I will try to remember to tag her. She's amazing, does amazing content. She talks about how pregnancy is like a car wreck. Some people walk away from a car wreck, you know, in shock or just really upset, but like they need some time to recover. But some people never walk away from a car accident. They, or literally survive a car accident. There's always some level of trauma with pregnancy. And so, okay, so major pregnancies, plural. So she's gone through major trauma at least once. No, sorry, at least twice. And several back injuries. God, okay, this is, I actually have not read this whole thing. I kind of saw it and I was like, oh, so I screenshot it, and I'm going to discover this, pretty much all of it with you right now. And now I'm a body, oh my God. See, isn't this such a woman thing to do? I swear to God, the way that I don't think I've ever met men who are as self-disciplined as women are, who are as ambitious as women are, unless they're like running from trauma or unless they're like maybe really healthy. But I swear to God, women will be like, wow, I survived cancer, so I became, you know, an Olympic athlete. You know what I mean? Like, well, like, And maybe it's because of pregnancies and just living with so much pain and so much trauma and just enduring stuff and just getting through it. And then, of course, the more marginalized you are, the more you have been through, just because the system itself is set up to screw you even more with, if you're disabled, if you're Black, Indigenous, and other women of color, if you are on the LGBTQ community or spectrum, I don't know what it's called. But anyway, the more marginalized you are, the more trauma you're going to have. And yet, women just keep going. Major in bodybuilder. I'm shocked by that. I'm not shocked. But a man will be like, fake a sickness for years. And women are like, come on, you can do it. Come on, get out the cast, Timmy. You can do it. Meanwhile, we don't need all this crap. We don't need a cheerleader. I swear to God, I feel like so much of this, it's just part of patriarchy. But I swear to God, is this I grew up in the 80s. Every movie was about the football player and the cheerleader. Y'all, I swear, men are just they don't know what to do without a cheerleader. Can y'all just motivate yourself one day? God, because we do this without you being like, come on, you can do it. You can do. We would love a cheerleader. We would love a cheerleader. That's why I'm saying, if you are dating men or marrying men and they are not your number one cheerleader, they are your number one hater. Because even if they don't hate you, and even if they don't cheer you on, even if they don't sabotage your relationship, they're going to create so much extra work for you and burden you with extra unpaid labor that they may not even realize they're doing. And yet we still look on bodybuilders. My God. This sounds like I'm just guessing her husband sucks based on the headline, and she still did all this. God. My husband, on the other hand, has spent the last 20 years of, oh my God. Okay, the doll I did not pack in my suitcase is this one. Little hobosexual. You know what? This is a story about, I don't think women realize how many of us are with, they're all men. You will never convince me they're not all on the hobosexual spectrum. Even men with money are going to try to exploit you and not work. Maybe there's exceptions, but that's because their entitlement that they were taught. They were socialized to feel entitled to the credit for all these things that they don't actually do. Oh, look, I'm a dad, although I don't parent. Oh, look, we're pregnant, even though I didn't do anything. She did all of it, but we're pregnant. I'm married, but I don't actually show up in my marriage. But I got the ring, and I got the social capital. I get a raise at work for being a dad and a husband, even though I don't do anything. Ugh. Anyway, 20 years of what? Okay, the only thing that's a little frustrating is that it took her this long to realize that. But you know what? We all come around. Who am I to talk? I almost died because of my little hobo. Anyway, I can't. Here we go. I can't move the lawn. I might hit my back. Even though you're pregnant, you have to do it because you're smaller than me and won't get hurt as easily. Oh my God, that's a quote. Oh my God, that's a quote. Audacity. I can't help with the kids. I might hurt my back. I am telling you, the thing that sucks about this is because so many men do this, it means that when men actually are injured, we don't believe them. Anytime my husband is sick or has his back hurts, I'm just like, shut up. And I'm like, I'm sorry. But also, it's just, just in general, I don't think he's faking. But I was so traumatized by a man's fake back injuries, literally almost died because I believed this lie that they weaponize our empathy. They weaponize our maternal, it's not even an instinct. I don't have the maternal instinct. I don't have that. I was born without that. But I've been learning how to be, caring and thoughtful and take care of it. But I don't have a mother instinct, right? A maternal instinct. But this man forced me into being his mom. And that is literally the only thing that kept me around. I swear to God, he knew that was my weakness. And boy, did he, right? But even the other day, my husband hurt his shoulders from ping pong. And I absolutely believe that his shoulder was in pain from ping pong because he was just doing the same movement all day for or not all day, but for 2 hours straight. you could be sore. But the way I get pissed at him for just talking about his pain, because I feel like I can't, and it's not that he doesn't make me feel like I can't at all. If anything, he's like overly concerned with my pain, and he's more like the nurturer in our relationship. So whenever I'm in pain or sick or anything, sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm fine, leave me alone, because he has that in him. I don't. So you will never convince me that women are just they're just born with this crap. I think it's more of an energy thing, or you're just born how you are, and then the rest of it is social conditioning, right? But the way I caught myself being resentful at him complaining about his shoulder hurting, which he's allowed to complain about something that's causing him pain, when I'm just like, what, did he forget that I fell off my bike today and literally like almost went over the handlebars? Like this literally happened last weekend. I ran full speed into a pole. I don't know. I was, I ride without my ride my bike without, I don't need to hold the handlebars. Like, I'm really good at riding my bike. I've been doing this for a really long time. I ride my bike all the time, but I tried to mess with something. This is me doing too much. This is my own codependency. This is my own, like, my social conditioning, where I just couldn't wait till I get home. So I was like pulling something out of my pocket and trying to do something. And then I went over a bump, which made the wheel turn, and I couldn't grab the brake in time. And I was like, oh, here we go. It was like slow motion. Full force. I am surprised I did not break something or go over the handlebar. But I was in a lot of pain the rest of the day. And then, he was in pain from him. And, when he mentioned every time, I was like, you forget about my back, because I'm not complaining. And this is what women do. We live with so much pain from all these little periods. Anyone who has a uterus and menstruates, you know what I'm talking about. Just like, you just get so used to being in so much pain on a regular basis, or maybe just mild pain. And then we just endure pain, especially from, SA and all this stuff, emotional, mental, physical, all this stuff. We just endure it. And we don't talk about it because we're taught not to talk about it. And so we get resentful when men dare to talk about something that's actually causing them pain. And the thing that they're all like, oh, I suffer in silence. BS. I have a whole video I want to do on that. The men are just like, you don't even know. We suffer silently. No, you don't. Ask the women who live with you. They are suffering from your pain. Men may not talk about it at work. They may be, silent about their pain out in the world. But whoever lives in the house with that man, I promise you, and not even, these men are like, like a whole school because of their pain, right? So men may not talk about their pain to other people, but everyone feels it. Anyway, so this fact that women are just not supposed, we just don't, I don't even notice my pain. I just adapt and move on. So I'm really trying to stop and be like, ow, ooh, I have a rock in my shoe. This hurts. I should just not adapt to it. I should literally pause and take the rock. So that's just like my own, just adapt, endure, adapt, whatever. And so many men don't do that. Or if they do, it's in like this really messed up way, but we always pay a price. And so even when I think this is why women just get so frustrated, is because when at this point, I just I never assume that my husband's lying about his pain, because that's not who he is. But because so many men have exaggerated or weaponized their pain, or even just made it up, that I'm just like, I side eye any man who's in pain. I'm like, really? And I know this isn't like the pain competition, who says this, but I swear to God, look at this. Miss Peggy. This is, I got this in France. Why is there an E, not an I? Anyway, I love this shirt. I just realized I am getting way off topic. Okay, but it's not off topic, but I have a lot to say before I even go on. I can't clean the garage. I might hurt my back. Oh my, this is actually really triggering for me. I don't know how much to talk about. I am telling you, oh my God. For me, it wasn't like him avoiding doing things because he might hurt his back. And tell me in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. He used his back injuries, which I didn't realize till years later he completely made up, because we literally went to the ER at one point. He's like, and they're like, we don't see anything. Like, we went, and that's why he didn't want to go to the ER, because he knew they wouldn't find anything. And then he's still like, oh no. And so he literally used his back to justify his bad moods. And I believed it. And now I realize upon reflection, it was all a lie. I don't even think he went to the climbing gym, the thing that caused his back, because you know when the back injury started? When I was on family vacation. The first time I left this man, and like I said, men will punish you if you leave them to go do something fun, you go on vacation, whatever. I've seen one of my very good friends went on a vacation with her family. Fiance got a DUI while she was gone, and then she comes back and has to be like the soccer mom who drives him everywhere. It ended up causing, thank God, their breakup. But these men, they will start problems while you're away, make up things, or we know what they do with moms. They'll leave the house a mess. They are signaling something on purpose. Don't do this again. Do not leave me alone with these kids again. It's not even a vacation if you leave them for the afternoon. They literally don't do this to me. They're punishing you, right? And so men are doing this with injuries too. This like alleged back injury just popped up, and then the whole time I was on vacation, blowing up my phone, just so mad. And I was like, what? And he's like, I'm just in pain. And then that literally started, I don't know what, 4 or 5 months or longer of nonstop and to justify everything, so that even whenever I got in touch with that justifiable rage at how I was being treated, I was reminded that, oh, I'm being ridiculous because this man's in pain. This man's in pain. God, I can't, I did not realize until 2 years ago this was all a lie, and then it all made sense. And the reason why I realized it is because women started talking about this. And then I looked back and I was like, oh my God. There was never a back injury because nothing ever made sense. Everything, all the solutions that I looked for or I paid for didn't work. Is it because the solutions didn't work, or is it because there was never a problem? Anyway, these are some of the things he would say almost daily. God, I did hurt my back doing those things. Yeah, exactly. You hurt my back. So then she just hurts her back. As a 4'11" woman, and he's a 6'3" man, he always put much more burden on me than he was willing to take himself. Shocker. Shocker. I mean, I swear to God. Even though I'm not physically as strong as men, they can't I learned the hard way. They can't overpower you. Didn't realize that. I thought because I'm as tough and smart and can figure out how to do the same things as men, I just use like leverage and different things. Their muscle mass is different. Not all of men are stronger than or all women, but you know what I'm saying. They could literally never work out, and just something about the way they're built. And someone told me that even like an elderly man is unbelievably strong. Like, I forget whoever left that comment, it blew my mind. It blew my mind. If you see this, please give me that statistics again. Oh God. Fast forward to last year, his disc started breaking down and he has constant pain. So it sounds like this dude is not even lying about it, but he's doing something even just as bad. I mean, I guess making something up is like worse. But a man who will not fix his problems is a man who wants to be a victim and wants to exploit your labor. Period. Most men do not want to go to the doctor. Okay, whatever. But men, y'all need to take care of your body, because you know what? When you don't take care of yourselves, you should not expect women who are taking care of themselves or who die trying to take care of you, even though you won't take care of yourself. You should not expect women to take care of you in old age and be your little hospice care wife. Thank you, Candace Kelly, for that term. Because you refuse to be an adult. You refuse to do the things. I mean, even a child will go to the doctor because a mom would take them to the doctor. The husbands don't even know who the doctor is usually. Shocker. But men are like, nah, I don't have to. I'm getting later. And then they don't. And then we take care of them. Screw that. This social contract is, if we tie our lives together, obviously we all have vices. We all, are going to not be perfect. We're not going to be in the best health ever all the time. But everything that you do impacts the person that you are married to. And if you expect her to take care of herself so that you don't have to take care of her, you should do the same for yourself. Fair is fair. Legend of Billie Jean. I gotta watch that again. Tell me if you know what I'm talking about. So then he helps even less than before. As if she didn't even think that was possible. Believe me, if you think that a man is the laziest he possibly is, I promise you can get lazier. It's not even laziness, it's entitlement. The laziness is always, everything, always, all roads go back to entitlement and exploitation of labor when it comes to these men, I swear to God. And that's why when you're dating, look for entitlement. They all have it. But you're looking for that entitlement mindset and how bad it is. That is a huge red flag. Around the same time, my back was injured from doing the things that had to be done that he never tried to help me with. And again, what we started to learn is that like men helping women in and of itself, there's a problem. Because that's still assuming that it's her job and it's not that he won't help, he won't do anything. We both signed up for PT. I went every week, of course you did, and did the workouts at home, of course you did. He went once and gave up. My back got better, his didn't. Shocker. My dad did this. He was literally told he would never walk again after he broke his ankle. Because he didn't want to do it was like 20 minutes of physical therapy, and they literally came to the house, and he's like, and I just remember I was like, you have to do this, you may not walk. And I was like, you could literally end up in a wheelchair, and someone has to take care of you. And he was just like, he was fine with his wife taking care of him. Fine with that. I'm like, anyway, I had words with him. I lost 20 pounds and turned my body into solid muscle. My 18-year-old bodybuilding son became my coach. Aw. I've always loved fitness, but after my twins, after my twins were born 6 years ago, it was so hard to find time to work out effectively, especially with my husband not wanting to be active in taking care of the twin. Of course. Wait a second. So you have an 18-year-old son and twins? You're breastfeeding and they only want you, so I can't help. Oh my God, every woman knows this one. Men, I swear, men, you know how you could help out. You just don't want to. You know that you could do everything else. You know. And if you don't know, then you're a terrible worker and are never meant for any leadership or anything. So you should not be in control of the money or literally anything. Maybe you should hire someone to take care of you, because she ain't getting paid for this. His back got worse, shocker, and worse, to the point where he couldn't bend over at all. Cool, now he doesn't have to take the trash out. That's probably the only thing he may have been doing. We consulted a surgeon, and his surgery was supposed to be 2 days ago. As they were prepping him for surgery, he decided he didn't want it. Y'all remember I talk about how men don't usually die of a broken heart when their wives die before them. First of all, their wives died before them. You'll never convince me, except in some cases that man wasn't responsible for her getting sick, because I swear to God, if a woman dies before a man, it's oftentimes because she couldn't take care of herself. Not always, okay? Not always. But he was so stressful to live with and put so much labor on her that she wore herself out. And then they die. And then so many men, they don't die of a broken heart. When men die first, the women thrive. When women die first, the men, either they find a woman to take care of them. Some of them actually work on their stuff and end up, whatever. But most will either immediately find another wife, even bring her to the funeral. Believe me, people leave those comments all the time. Tell me this. Or they're like, I'm out, and they just die because they're too lazy to make their own dinner. They don't want to do anything for themselves. He walked out. He claims he's not in as much. See, this is where they use their relationship with the truth. I swear to God, men lie so much. I'm in so much pain, I'm not in that much pain because I have to get started. I'm in so much pain. No, that's fine. I swear to God, they are perpetual children. They're not children, they're grown men, but this is what children do. I'm sick, I can't go to school. Okay, Timmy, you don't have to go to school. Can I go jump on the trampoline now? You know? We see right through it because most women are raising your kids you won't do either. So they're like, I already know this one, buddy. We need to stop believing. Just start looking at a lot of these men just like a child if they pull this stuff. He's not in his pain, and that for the next year or two, he has to keep doing what I've been doing, which means not helping the kids or the house at all. And again, that word help, that, you know, not be an active participant who literally takes care of his responsibilities. Help. He's your assistant who is fire your assistant. Seriously, oh my God. And that somehow is going to make him better. He's also not willing to join the gym or go to physical therapy. Of course he's not. Why would he? This back injury, it gives him a get out of jail free card forever. He just bought himself 2 more years. This is intentional. I want women to realize this is so intentional because I swear so many things come down to exploitation of labor in all these systems of oppression. Exploitation of labor and entitlement. Okay. It seems like he really just wants to use it as an excuse, and I'm so over it. I'm so glad you realize this. I'm already doing everything myself. Why should I be carrying around his dead weight too? Exactly. Dead weight. Dead weight. Dead weight. Dead weight. Put that in your brain, and if a man is not your number one cheerleader, he is dead weight, and he's taking years off of your life. Taking years off of your life. If you have kids, they want you to be around longer. Don't let this man, this other child who could unalive you and like grape you and make your life so much harder. So he's way worse than having an actual child. Don't give them the benefit of the doubt. If they're not making your life easier, they're making it harder. Period. Yesterday, I was showing off my progress wearing pants 2 sizes smaller than last year and muscles definition in my whole body. And while I was excitedly bouncing around in my smaller clothes, he asked if I was drunk and told me I look silly. Of course. Oh my God. See, you know what? This is not new. I bet she has so many stories like this. Again, he is so jealous of her. Like this. You need to take negging seriously. It starts with negging, which is like these backhanded compliments. It starts with this exploitation mindset, these little ways they exploit you, and it's only going to get better. It's only going to get worse. Do not be a man's peace. Do not make his life easier unless he's making your life easier as well. Do not let men get comfortable. I swear to God, when men are comfortable, they become the worst versions of themselves. Anyway, I told him I don't really care what he thinks anymore. Not going to let him put me down and mock me for working on myself while he sits behind doing nothing. And that's it. That's the end of the post. You know what? It may have taken her a while to get to that place. I'm sure this man showed signs of this earlier on, but a lot of women think, especially if you have an 18-year-old with someone and then you have twins with someone and you have it's like the more you invest in marriages with these men, the more it feels like you have to lose, the harder it is to leave. And also, some women can't leave. Some women don't have any money to leave. Some women, this is a very nuanced conversation, but I swear, this woman's like, I'm done. And she's probably gonna be mad at herself for a really long time for it taking so long for her to be done. And I hope she gives herself grace and forgives herself, because the internet is full of women like this who are like, wow, I was with this man 10, 20, 30, 40 years and just realized he hates me just now. We all realize it at some point. Some women sooner than others, and depending on how much time they spend following certain creators, like some of my mutuals on they see it sooner. And that's why these red flags, that's one reason why I do this, it's education, right? This doesn't mean if you see one of these things ever that it's all over, right? There's no rules, there's no list, but these are things to keep in mind to see if that mindset exists in this man. And by the way, as I looked down that thread, apparently there was one other story that she had said a while ago, and I haven't read this at all, but somebody was like, this is the same dude. So let's look at it really quick. Okay, so this apparently was a while ago, and someone was like, this is the same person. Okay, I am 40 and married to a man 41. So this was in the same year? Oh, God. Whenever I shower or take a bath, even if I lock the door, he comes in and uses the toilet, stinking it up and ruining my relaxation. I mean, even if we didn't already know who this man was, this is very intentional. This is very intentional. It has bothered me for years. And you have 2 bathrooms. It's not, oh my God. This is absolutely 100% intentional. We have 2 bathrooms. One has a tub. The other one does not. He tells me he doesn't like using the other bathroom. So he has to use, oh my God, y'all, okay. I know that we don't call this abuse, because he probably never laid a hand on her, but I want especially women, if you date men, to understand that this behavior is abuse, and this is just as dangerous, because it will beat you down, your confidence. You will start questioning yourself. You will gaslight yourself, and the stress of living with someone like this who lies to your face, who hates you. You can't see a nervous system or autoimmune or whatever stuff happening inside of you from someone who hates you and is exploiting you and also forking you and sharing a bed with you and children with you. You can't see the damage it's doing. It doesn't leave physical bruises, but you need to start seeing this is abuse. It's physical, but it's invisible. And I say this as someone who both my grandmothers died before my grandfather. One of them, I know for a fact that stress of that man is why she got sick. The other one, I don't really know the story. He does have IBS, and he blames his behavior on that. Of course he does. But does he have IBS? He's probably lying about that. If I lock the door, he will use a penny or a screwdriver to open it. So much. Did he smash cake in your face in your wedding, or say some ridiculous vows? Because that's how this sounds like. The thing is that he probably showed signs of this earlier on, but women, we are not taught what these are. This is why me and my mutuals talk about this. We don't know that these are red flags that are going to turn into huge problems later on. He also could have done the switch up, but usually there are signs, and education is power. As it's one of the locks that you can open from the outside. We have small kids, twins, so we don't want them to accidentally lock themselves in the bathroom. That's why the lock can be opened from the outside. I can't take long showers or baths when he is at work, as I need to be watching our children, the twins. So I have to wait till he gets home. Most days I get only a short shower, as the kids will start asking for things almost right away. So I usually only take a long bath every few weeks when I really, oh my God, y'all, this is so intentional. Please see this as intentional every time. No matter, this is the same kind of man who probably, when he takes a dump, is sitting in there for an hour to hide from the family. There's literally a whole book. I forget what it's called, but like, why is daddy in the bathroom so long? Men will just park on the toilet to avoid you and the kids, and basically having to work. They're probably in there anyway. Anyway, every time, no matter if he's already used the bathroom before I go in. See, she knows. She knows. He comes in. He gets mad at me for locking the door, as it takes him longer to get in. Of course he does. This man, there's no telling how much this man negs her. One time I pulled out the drawer under the sink to prevent the door from, They are at war. This is like War of the Roses. Oh my God. No, they're not at war. I'm sorry. I don't even like that language. The same way like Gaza is not a war. It's not a war if one person could unalive you all the time and use the system of the courts and the entire system to win and have no justice, and the other one is just like defending themselves. God, I swear, so many women are forking and birthing their biggest haters' children. They're forking their haters and, okay, you know what I'm saying? More than an inch, he gets really mad about that. This is a man who doesn't understand consent too. If a man cannot take no for an answer on the small stuff, one day he's not going to take no for an answer on the big stuff. How much you want to guess that this man is coercing her on a regular basis and weaponizing his moods to keep the whole house on edge, weaponizing his moods to get her to sleep with him? I would not be surprised. He says that because he has IBS, that he can't help it. And I'm being a jerk. Everything is projection, y'all. Taking up time in the bathroom. No, it's what, you know what it is? It's because he doesn't want to watch the kids too. It's not just that he's sabotaging your relaxation and happiness, because the thing is, men know that when you're tired, and this is why sleep deprivation is literally used for in war crimes, right, or whatever, like this. It's part of torture, and my ex did that too. I didn't know that that's what he was doing, but I was like, God, I swear to God, that's always something. I can never get a good night's sleep. He's working ungodly hours in the morning and keeping me up late at night. Like, I never slept. And I was also, because of him, even though I really didn't even want to, I could not think straight. And of course, it prolonged when I could leave. And it beat down my confidence and my decision making and my judgment and all that stuff. That is what this man, I mean, he's probably messing with her. He probably has sleep apnea and won't get that fixed. Some men love purposely. I mean, how much you want to bet this man snores or has sleep apnea and doesn't want to look foolish with the little mask on, whatever. It's not even about that. Oh my God, this woman needs to get out. She's gonna die early because of this man. I mean, she is, based on the other post. He can't help it. I'm being a jerk, taking up time in the night. I said he could use the other bathroom, but he refuses. No, I want that one. It's not about the bathroom. It's about power. And I said, and said I should just get over the smell or just not take baths. You know what he's probably also doing? He's probably flushing the toilet when she's in a shower so that she gets scalding hot water and being like, oops, I forgot. I really just like some time to relax alone without smelling a sewer. No, honey, you want so much. It is so much deeper than this. It's so much deeper than this. And I don't even need to go into why. Y'all all know it. Am I the a-hole? I swear. I love, the happy ending is this woman has been seeing it and she's just been kind of gaslighting herself because I don't think she realized how bad it was. But again, if she started listening to other women's stories, she probably would have seen this a little bit earlier. But the fact that she's done, she's getting a divorce, I love that. But the Reddit is full of this. Am I the asshole for letting a man ruin my life and have second kids and torturing me and, telling me I'm ugly all the time and I got mad about it? And am I the a-hole? And then men will just be like, yeah, I gave my wife an STI because I was forking 4 people at the office. And now she's mad about it. And I said, I'm sorry. But am I the a-hole? It is this is one of Reddit and all of all of these platforms where men just tell on themselves, that is why we are leaving them. It's women telling their stories and it's men telling their own stories without any shame. So that's why I made a video recently that the podcast bros and stuff, thank you for saying out loud what we were always suspicious of. Now we can't unsee it. There was an update. Thank you all so much. I never thought this post would get so much attention. You're all encouraged me to so much. Long story short, I grew up in a very oh, here we go. Not surprised. Patriarchal church culture. I'm telling you, they're like this. And white supremacy is tied in there too. It always is. Even if it's not an all-white church, this patriarchal church purity culture and stuff, it is all tied together. And while I had left that religion, I'm still trying to figure out what is and isn't normal behavior for marriage. Please don't date for a while. Trying to understand how much of my husband's behavior is toxic and how much is just me being sensitive. None of it is you being sensitive. None of it. Especially since we heard the latest update about his bang. This man is an abuser. Period. I'm learning that like 90% of what he does is coercive control. There we go. There we go. She's waking up. Good for her. And emotional abuse. Good for you. It is physical abuse too, even if he never lays a hand on you. I honestly think men do this more than physical abuse, because if you have proof that they, if you have bruises, you can take photos. If they break your arm and all that stuff, that you can take photos, you can go to the hospital, you can have doctor's records. But there's no statistics on how much that I know of. And there's no laws against a man's coercive control and emotional abuse, literally unaliving you through the invisible physical harm. So I mean, as much as they may want to hit you, if they're being smart, they're not leaving bruises and they're doing this. Do not minimize this, and do not think, I'm not saying that it's worse than physical violence, but I'm not saying it's better. I'm not saying it's better, because it's the same level of I hate you. One is just a smarter version of it. I'm like really a little triggered by this story, to be honest. I told my niece about the bath thing. She's 24 and has been helping me learn to stand up. Oh my God, I love this. See, this is why younger women help older women so much. Older women help younger, if younger women listen to us and some of our stories, not all of us are, still stuck in this old mindset. And you can learn, I have learned so much from my mom, my stepmom, and all the women older than me, even though I may not agree with a lot of the things they say. And some of them I'm like, no. And I wish that more of them would be willing to learn from me. But this equal exchange of information, I have learned so much from younger women, not just as like a feminist, but in my personal life. I literally started unpacking my purity culture because of my friend Jessica, who was 10 years younger than me, and we were traveling around, and I was like, dang, she doesn't have all this like slut shaming, anyway. I just love this so much. I love this so much. Good for you and your niece. Oh, she called him what is that? Oh, to his face. Yes. And told him to leave me the F alone. I love her. Today I took a bath without interruption for the first time in 20 years. For the first time in 20 years? Oh my God. God, it felt good. Oh my God. You know what? It sounds like, based on the last post, your niece woke you up. I love that. And when y'all leave in my comments that you're sending this to your daughters or your sisters or your nieces, or like some of y'all are sending it to your moms and stuff, I'm like, oh, I love it. We're sharing information. We're learning from each other. I'm working on an escape plan. Oh, yes. Physically, I'm safe, but financially, I do not have an income. Oh, of course. So I started a business and I've started selling my artwork. Oh, this is so great. I love all of this, y'all. I'm also looking for other sources of income and part-time jobs that I can hopefully do while still taking care of our kids. It's going to take time, but I hope to be a me to leave. I hope to be a me to leave this awful marriage. Well, if a woman 20 years into marriage with 2 twins that sound pretty young still, I just see this as a story of hope. It's infuriating and it's like really triggering and it's hard to read. But the niece, this woman, she comes from the church, a patriarchal, probably very purity culture church, and she's waking up. It is never too late. It is never too late to decenter and unpack all these systems, patriarchy, capitalism, white supremacy, all this stuff. It is never too late. And I love this. Anyway. It's really triggering. I have so much to share about my ex, but I'm not going to do that in this post. Anyway, I hope you like this. Let me know what you think. Join my Patreon. Oh, sorry, it's still out of tune. Like, comment, share. And again, follow my Patreon even if you can't afford a tier, because I will be, every time I release a video, you'll get notified, so you actually will see my stuff instead of trusting the algorithm, because it can't seem to trust it much anymore. I'm putting my shoes on because I just realized I'm going to miss my plane if I don't wrap it up. And let me know if you heard the comment song. I'm getting real fun. I have so much fun with the comment songs. Anyway, thanks for being here. Voila! What is this? It's the comment song. The comment song. The comment song. What is this? It's the comment
song.
Comment song. What is this? It's the comment song. The comment song. What is this? It's the comment song. The comment song. You got a few minutes. No, a few seconds left to finish your comment. Okay. Wrap it up. Comment. Wrap it up. 3, 2, 1. Et voila. Bye. Hello from Greece. Woo! We made it.